most humans were never meant to drink milk. Imagine you're standing in a supermarket. Hundreds of bottles of milk stretch across the shelves. Whole milk, chocolate milk, cheese, butter, yogurt. Nothing about it seems unusual. In fact, we've been taught that drinking milk is one of the most natural things a human can do. But what if everything you believed about milk began with a misunderstanding? Because for almost all of human history, an adult drinking a glass of fresh milk would have been the strange one. And here's the twist. Even today, nearly 70% of adults around the world lose the ability to properly digest fresh milk, which means the question isn't, why are some people lactose intolerant? The real mystery is, why can anyone drink milk at all? To answer that, we have to solve one of evolution's greatest mysteries. Every mammal begins life the same way. A lion cub drinks milk, a baby elephant drinks milk, a wolf pup drinks milk. So do human babies. Nature gives every newborn an incredible tool, an enzyme called lactase. Think of it as a tiny key. Milk contains a sugar called lactose. Without the key, the door stays locked. Babies have millions of these keys. That's how they survive. But then something quietly happens. As almost every mammal grows up, nature takes the key away. Adult lions don't drink milk. Adult whales don't drink milk. Adult gorillas don't drink milk. Because once they're weaned, they simply don't need it anymore. For millions of years, humans followed the exact same rule. Milk was for babies. Then, something broke the pattern. Around 10,000 years ago, humanity made one of the biggest decisions in history. Instead of following animals, we began raising them. Fields replaced forests, villages replaced camps, and cows, goats, and sheep became part of everyday life. At first, people valued them for meat, leather, and labor. But someone noticed something extraordinary. You didn't have to kill an animal to get food from it. A single cow could feed a family again and again and again. It sounded like the perfect survival strategy, except there was one problem. Most adults became sick after drinking fresh milk. So why didn't people give up? Because hunger has always been humanity's greatest inventor. One day, someone left milk sitting inside a clay pot. Hours passed, maybe days. When they returned, the milk had changed. It was thicker, sour, completely different. Most people would have thrown it away. Instead, someone tasted it, and something unexpected happened. They didn't get sick. Without knowing it, they had discovered fermentation. Tiny bacteria had quietly consumed much of the lactose. The very thing that caused so many stomach problems had begun to disappear. Suddenly, milk could become cheese, yogurt, kefir, foods that many adults could digest far more easily than fresh milk. It was one of humanity's first great food technologies. The mystery seemed solved, except it wasn't, because fermented dairy still couldn't explain another puzzle. Why were some adults able to drink fresh milk without any fermentation at all? The answer wasn't hidden inside a clay pot, it was hidden inside a child. Somewhere, thousands of years ago, a baby was born with a tiny genetic difference. Nothing looked unusual, no one could have noticed it. But unlike everyone else, their body never stopped making lactase. As they grew older, they never lost the key. For the first time in human history, an adult could drink fresh milk without getting sick. At first, that meant almost nothing. Then, nature changed the game. A drought arrived, harvests failed, winter lasted longer than expected, food became scarce. Families who could drink fresh milk suddenly had another source of calories, water, protein, and fat. Their cows became living food reserves. While others had to wait for milk to ferment, they could drink it immediately. Their children inherited the same genetic advantage. Then their grandchildren, generation after generation, that tiny mutation spread. Not because those people were stronger, not because they were smarter, because during the hardest years, they survived just a little more often. Scientists once believed this incredible story happened only once. One mutation, one lucky population. Mystery solved. Then, ancient DNA changed everything. Researchers studying cattle herding communities in East Africa expected to find the same mutation seen in Northern Europe. Instead, they found a completely different one. The result was identical. Adults could drink milk. But evolution had taken a different path. Imagine two inventors living on opposite sides of the world, building the same machine without ever seeing each other's blueprint. That's exactly what happened. Nature solved the same problem twice, completely independently. Scientists call this convergent evolution. It's one of the clearest examples that evolution doesn't have a master plan. It simply keeps finding solutions. Then came one final discovery. Researchers extracted DNA from ancient skeletons buried across Europe. Many belonged to some of the continent's earliest farmers. People who raised cattle, made cheese, lived alongside dairy animals every day. Yet, many of them still couldn't digest fresh milk. That changed the timeline forever. People didn't become dairy farmers because they evolved to drink milk. They evolved to drink milk because they had already become dairy farmers. Their culture changed first, their genes followed later. Scientists call this gene-culture coevolution. It's one of the rare moments in history where a human invention not just changed civilization, it changed humanity itself. And that brings us back to the question we started with. Why can some people drink milk while others can't? Because lactose intolerance isn't a mistake. It isn't a disease. It isn't evolution failing. For most of human history, it was simply normal. The real evolutionary surprise is lactose tolerance. So the next time you pour milk into your coffee or melt cheese onto a pizza, remember, you're not just eating food. You're witnessing one of the fastest and most remarkable genetic changes in recent human evolution. A change that began with hungry farmers, a forgotten pot of milk, and one tiny mutation that quietly rewrote the story of our species. Here at Curioverum, we uncover the hidden stories behind the myths we all believe. Subscribe, share, and above all, stay curious.